Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to show the process behind reshaping a skateboard deck into a different shape. Now this isn't going to be a tutorial, mainly because I didn't write down a whole script and write down like all the materials and tools that you need, and it wouldn't make for a very good tutorial because I didn't do all of that, and I'm going to be skipping over a bunch of small details. However, I just wanted to show you guys the process of reshaping a board, and hopefully it can inspire you to do the same. And this was mainly a test for me to see if I could reshape a board but also preserve the graphic. And based on my results, I pretty much succeeded that. Now obviously there's like scrape marks and all that, but this was from before I actually reshaped the deck. So the first thing I did was make a template. What I did was get a piece of cardboard that was long enough and wide enough to draw on the template. Now when you're making a template, what I like to do is only make half of the template. I find that to be a lot easier and more accurate when you actually trace the template onto the deck. So for the length, I measured out how long I want my template, my shape to be. And then I marked those points. As for the width, I take the width that I wanted, in this case I believe it was 775, and divided it by 2 because we are only making half of the shape. So 775 divided by 2, that's about 3.8. So I marked that measurement onto the cardboard. After that, I drew the shape. Now I did it both kind of freehand as well as using an existing deck to make this template. And the reason why I didn't just put that existing deck over the board was because they didn't have the same wheelbase, so I couldn't mount them exactly like equal to each other, and there was a chance that the deck could have been lopsided on one side if I were to just put it on there and then trace the deck. Then that will come out as an uneven shape. And then after I was satisfied with my measurements and the shape that I drew, I cut it out and then I overlaid it onto the deck to see if it will make a good shape. I traced it over with pencil first, made some small changes, and then once I was satisfied with how the shape looked like on the deck, I traced it again using a permanent marker. And when I'm tracing with the template, I press down on the cardboard as I'm going along to make it more accurate. Now, when I was finally ready to cut the shape out, what I did was remove the grip tape first. This allows me to cut the wood without messing up my jigsaw blade, and it also allows me to check the condition of the board to make sure that like it was actually worth reshaping and reusing. Because with the grip tape on, you can't see like all the cracks or damages underneath the grip tape. You have to take it off to really get a full view of it. And thankfully this deck was still in good enough condition to be able to be reshaped and reused. Now for reshaping the board, what I did was I clamped the deck with the graphic facing up to the side of a work table, and then there was enough space underneath the deck where my blade could just saw right through, but it wouldn't touch the actual table part. Now with this, the way I adjusted my blade to make sure it was cutting at the right angle was to unlock the jigsaw boot and then put the blade right next to the rail of the board, which is the side of the deck. And then as I did that, the boot would adjust its angle to how the blade was positioned. And then once the boot was in a good position where it was steady on the deck, but the blade was perpendicular to the rail, I went ahead and locked the boot. Then what I did was I slowly cut the shape out. And you have to be really careful with this, because if you cut too much, then there's no going back. And I made that mistake so many times in the past. And the best way to avoid this is to just pay attention to how you're cutting the shape and to make sure that you aren't just trying to rush through it. Because believe me, once you rush through it and mess up all your cuts, you just wasted your time and you've wasted your materials. So when I'm cutting with the jigsaw, I don't cut directly on the line. I cut kind of right next to the line where there's just enough space to where if I cut too little, then I can just go back and cut off that excess mount. But I don't cut too close to it to where like I might mess up and then my whole shape is all messed up. And then for this next part, I'm using a belt sander to sand down the extra material to where it will actually meet the line that I traced. And my belt sander is bent because I dropped it before and never got around to fixing it, but it still works. And this belt sander also has a disc sander, which I use to round out the kicks. And I find the disc sander to be really, really good when you want to make a round curve and sand it out. And that just works really awesome. And the reason why I don't use an orbital sander for this part is because I've tried it before, then the orbital sander just takes way, way, way too long. And it might feel like you're not making any progress whatsoever. Belt sander is just going to be a best tool for this part to sand down all that extra material all at once. Now for this part, I'm pretty much just I'm creating the round rails. So with your skateboard, on the rails, which is the side of the deck again, these have to be rounded out manually. Now, most professional wood shops will use a router because it's really, really easy and you can get a nice even cut, rounded out edge, but I don't have a router. What I do have is a couple hand tools and just manual labor. So what I'm using here is a surform, or it's basically a cheese grater but for wood. And this just really, really just cuts out the wood really, really nicely. And I'm using this to start rounding out the edges by taking off that 90-degree angle that the rail has, and making it so that later on I can eventually shape the rails. And yet again, you have to be careful with this step because if you cut out too much, then the rail just looks really, really weird and misshaped, and there's no going back from that. Now, as you can see from the rails, they're not perfect, they're not perfectly round, which is why I have a specialized hand tool that's designed to round out rails. It's a file from Rocket, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and it's basically a file that is designed to round out the rails and make them round. And after I use a surform, then I go ahead and use the file to round out the rails. Now this results in the rails being nicely rounded out and shaped, but now they need to be smoothed out, and I do that by using my orbital sander. What I do with the sander is pretty much at this point, I am sanding it 3 times, starting at 80 grit, 180 grit, and then 220 grit. So I am pretty much removing out all the splinters or whatnot that might have been left behind by the surform and the file. Then I'm using the 180 grit to help smooth it out. Then I am using the 220 grit to pretty much add that finishing sanding, which is going to make it really nice and smooth. Now after that part of sanding is done, I'm pretty much finished, honestly. I didn't need to sand down the graphic or whatever, so I don't have to worry about like clear coating it or whatnot, and technically this deck is ready to ride. Now just to be safe, I did seal off the edges of the board, the parts that I cut and sanded. I just like knowing that there's something protecting that raw edge, because if something somehow like gets into the side of the rails, the board can easily delam. And I don't want that. And it was pretty easy just spraying down the sides. And there you have it. That's how I reshaped a normal skateboard deck into a nice custom little fun shape. Now looking back, I did kind of mess up on the shape to where I made the tail a little bit too small for my liking. And I made the nose a little bit big, and it doesn't seem very proportional to what I wanted in the first place. But that's okay, because again, this was just mainly a test for me to see if I could preserve the graphic when I sanded it down. And also keep in mind that this isn't like a tutorial or a 100% correct way in which you need to do this in order to reshape decks. This is just my method that I found that works for me, and you know, methods may vary person to person depending on who you watch and who you ask. But yeah, I definitely do have plans to reshape other decks. There are some decks out there that I would like to skate, but their shape just doesn't work out for me, so I do plan on reshaping them, which should be a pretty fun project. So yeah, that has been another video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry that I wasn't extremely thorough, but I do want to make a tutorial later on, but just not right now. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, just leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.